It is no news how much Americans love their structures and buildings big and huge. When it comes to creating or constructing bridges, America is home to so many, including the Ambassador Bridge, the Mackinac Bridge, or even the most awesome Golden Gate. But it is very important to respect the level of the technology in China and how much they have advanced in building bridges, and these have left the major part of America shocked, leaving them in disbelief of the wonders China can perform as a whole. In this video, I'm bringing to you mega bridges whose construction and engineering shocks America's president down to his core. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to this video and make sure to drop your comments, as we would love to know what you think about these bridges. Let's get started. Number 1. Xihoumen Bridge. Within the Zhoushan Archipelago, which is made up of China's largest group of distant islands, the Xihoumen Bridge can be found. It is part of the second and final phase of a project that started in 1999 to build 5 bridges to connect the Zhoushan Archipelago to the mainland. The 27-kilometer cable-stayed Xintang Bridge connects Xintang to Zhenan in the nearby city of Ningbo. Additionally, it connects the islands of Xintang and Sezi. A bridge is part of the Yongzhou Expressway. For about $363 million, the province of Zhejiang paid to build it. The major span was finished in December 2007, and the work was finally done. At 11:58 p.m. local time on December 25, 2009, the bridge was opened for testing next to the Xintang Bridge before it was officially opened to traffic. The opening date to the Xintang Bridge was pushed back because of a shipwreck on November 16, 2009. The 5.3-kilometer suspension bridge section is pretty amazing. It has a center span of 1,650 meters and a length of 2.6 kilometers. It takes 2.7 kilometers to get to the airport. It became the second longest suspension bridge in terms of center span length after the Akashi-Kaikyo Bridge in Japan when it was finished. Number 2. Chishui River Bridge. The Chishui River Bridge has 3 380-meter cable-stayed spans that are stacked on top of each other. It crosses a wide river valley on the eastern end of the G76 highway, which has more high bridges than any other road in the world. Lots of people think that the Chishui Bridge is like the Macau Viaduct in France, which also goes across a very wide valley on a set of high cable-stayed spans. It's possible that the French bridge's thin, split piers gave Chinese engineers ideas for how to curve the Chishui Bridge, knowing that it would become a famous building and China's biggest underpass. Good news, the 200-meter piers are now just as dynamic and shaped as the Macau Viaduct. They have a shaft that gets narrower at the waist and then gets wider to hold the steel box road deck. The towers are made of concrete and are as tall as 287 meters, making them one of the biggest 25 bridges ever built. They're also very beautiful. The first 100 meters of each tower that stick out above the deck are more normal, with a standard H-frame shape, but the openings on the sides and the steel fins on top make it look more unique. On each side of each tower, there was a crane that went all the way up to the top of the building. The whole bridge is 2.27 kilometers long, and the central cable-stayed part is 1,470 meters long. Number 3. Green Juice Bridge. The brand new Lijiang Bridge, which goes over a remote valley in central Yunnan province, is longer and more beautiful than any other single-tower suspension bridge. As of now, the Jinshajiang-Hatiaoxia Expressway Bridge holds the record for the longest width between 2 towers. It was 766 meters, but this bridge is 780 meters longer. The new bridge is an amazing technical feat. It hangs over the Green Juice River and goes over tunnels that come out the valley's steep mountainsides. The building process started in 2019 and will end in late April 2022. The project will then be ready for general use. The new Lijiang Bridge, which goes over the Yangtze River, opened in China on October 31st, 2021. This would make it possible for the district of Chongming to be reached by car in just 1 hour from the busy city of Shanghai, which would speed up in growth. The area itself is half the size of Singapore. Crossing the bridge is supported by a single tower with wires going to each end. Because there are no extra supports, it looks like it defies gravity and is very impressive. One of the first viaducts in the world with only 1 tower and 1 span is being built in China as part of a road project. Number 4. Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge. In southern China, the Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge, or HCMB, connects Hong Kong, Zhuhai, and Macau, also known as Macau. It starts near Hong Kong International Airport in the east and finishes at Hongwan Bay, where Zhuhai and Macau meet in the west. The trip from Hong Kong to Macau and Zhuhai used to take over 5 hours, but since it opened in late 2018, it only takes about 45 minutes. It doesn't take more than 3 hours to cross the bridge from Macau to other vacation spots in the Guangdong, Hong Kong, Macau, Greater Bay Area, such as Guangzhou, Zhongshan, Shenzhen, and more. A lot of people said that building the bridge was impossible. Even more, it had to be longer than any other sea-crossing bridge ever built. It was also going to be built in a place where typhoons and earthquakes happen often. After 9 years of hard work, this world-class bridge was finally finished. Many amazing world-first technologies were used. Number 5. Kangdi Grand Bridge. The Kangdi Grand Bridge, which opened in 2010, is the 4th longest bridge in the world. It is also on the train line that connects Beijing and Shanghai. It's 105 kilometers long and has more than 3,000 piers that hold it up. This project paid a lot of attention to how to resist natural disasters, starting with earthquakes. Number 6. Hangzhou Bay Bridge. On the eastern side of China, the Hangzhou Bay Bridge was built across the mouth of Hangzhou Bay. It links the towns of Xijing and Ningbo in East China's Zhejiang province, which are both very successful. It is 36 kilometers long, making it one of the largest bridges that cross oceans in the world. The bridge, which opened to traffic on May 1, 2008, cut the distance between Ningbo and Shanghai by 120 kilometers, and the time that it takes to drive there from 4 hours to 2. It was finished on June 14, 2007. For the first time, the idea of a landscape pattern was used to create a bridge. Inspired by the Sudi Bridge across Hangzhou's West Lake, and taking into account the psychological exercises of drivers, the water conditions in Hangzhou Bay, and travelers, designers came up with ideas for the Hangzhou Bay Bridge's look and position. The bridge looks like a strong, beautiful, and moving S when seen from above. In the north and south, there are 2 big channels that stick out from the sun. These are where the Qingtang River tide and boats can cross, making the deck look like it is actively waving. From north to south, the bridge rails are a variety of colors: violet, blue, indigo, green, yellow, orange, and red. Number 7. Donghai Bridge. Because of safety concerns, the Donghai Bridge is formed like an S. From Shanghai Luqiao Harbor, it goes out to sea and across the Phase 1 junction of Jiayangshan Harbor. It cost $1.2 billion to build this bridge so that it wouldn't get hurt by the typhoons and high waves that happen a lot in this area. The bridge is 32.5 kilometers long and is made up of 3 parts. Between Luchagagong Dam and Dawugi Island, it's about 25.3 kilometers, and between Dawugi Island and Jiayangshan Island is 3.5 kilometers. The part that is on land is 3.7 kilometers long. The middle part, the Dongshan Bridge, is 31.5 meters wide. In China, this is the first very long bridge that crosses the open sea. It is 32.5 kilometers long. From Shanghai Luqiao Harbor, it goes out to sea and across the Phase 1 junction of Jiayangshan Harbor. Number 8. Beijing Grand Bridge. The Beijing Grand Bridge is another one of the world's longest bridges. It goes over the high-speed train line that connects Beijing and Shanghai, and it's just over 48 kilometers long. The rail line between the 2 towns makes it possible to travel between them in just 5 hours. This is partly because of the long series of bridges like this one, which trains can speed over at speeds of up to 250 kilometers per hour. All of these buildings are examples of the incredible things that are possible when people with vision, the right tools, and enough perseverance work together. I hope you enjoyed this video. What do you think about these bridges? We would love to know your answer, so drop them in the comments section below.